Welcome everyone for a 60-minute Yin and Yoga Nidra practice. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Tonight, this class will be recorded live on Facebook, but also uploaded to YouTube immediately following the class. And I hope you take a look there because I have lots of other free yoga classes, including yoga for adults and for kids. So if you have some cushions, you can get those ready for your practice tonight, and as well as some blocks. Not really necessary, but always helpful if you want to help yourself surrender into the postures a little bit more easily. And tonight our practice will focus on the yogic principle of Santosha, or contentment. Contentment is settling into the middle place between agony and bliss, where you can pause, like the turnaround breath between inhalation and exhalation, pleasantly allowing things to be as they are. So I hope that you can find some beautiful contentment and relaxation in this practice tonight, and you can think about the word Santosha as you surrender deeply into the practice. So tonight we'll start in everybody's favorite pose. I think the reason why we all do yoga, Shavasana. So you're welcome to use some bolsters or pillows for this if you like, and set yourself up in a way where you can lie down and relax completely. I think that's the best way to feel a sense of contentment and gratitude. So lay down onto your back, put a pillow under your thighs, maybe a pillow under your head. Let your arms relax out to the sides. That's all you need to do. And we'll be here for some time, so settle in. There's no place to go. There's nothing to think about. You can let yourself soften and be held by the mat. And take a few deep cleansing breaths to start. So maybe the few first breaths you exhale out the mouth with a big long sigh. And then after that you can softly close your lips and let the breath travel in and out through your nose. This posture symbolizes a lot of different things in the yoga practice, but especially the final descent into relaxation. And when you finish this posture, it's a rebirth, a fresh start. So give yourself completely to this posture. Don't hold anything back. Allow a full surrender. See if you can notice all the places that are touching the mat. Feel the sensation of heaviness, a sinking in. And then feel the sensations of everything that's facing up toward the sky, the sensations on your skin, air passing over you, maybe a lightness, a buoyancy. And your job right now is to find that balance between the surrender of letting go, the buoyancy of permission to be here. There's a freedom with that permission to allow yourself to just be. As you start to sink into this sense of relaxation, start to focus on your breath. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Start to lengthen the breath to become equanimous, an equal sensation of inhalation and exhalation, with maybe a slight pause at the top of each breath in, and a softening and release with each breath out. And stay here in this beautiful posture, Shavasana. And allow to your mind's eye to come an intention for your practice. And you can stay with this idea of contentment if you like. From the idea of contentment flows gratitude. When we can accept all that there is and all that we are in any given moment, there's nothing to feel but gratitude. So allow yourself to feel that. But if you'd like to layer in an extra intention, maybe something personal or even collective, you can. And I always like to dedicate my practice. So maybe you send out the good vibrations from this practice to somewhere, someone, something. There's a beautiful moment in Shavasana where time stands still. And that's the place where you want to be, right here in the present moment. Find that space between every breath, the kambaka, that openness. In yoga, we aim to find a balance between strength and ease, stira and sukha. And the word sukha, although we often refer to it as ease, means to open space. So see if you can find the sukha of this pose, the opening of space of the back body as it melts into the mat. And the openness of space of the front body as it cascades over the sides and melts down into the mat as well. We'll take 6 more deep breaths here in Shavasana. Maybe for the last few breaths, again, sigh out your mouth, let anything go that you need to let go of. Maybe anything that's blocking you from connecting with this idea of contentment, blocking you from feeling gratitude. Maybe something that's holding you in the past or the future. Give yourself the permission to be here now. The last couple of breaths, breathe a little deeper. Sigh a little longer. Last deep breath in here. Full sigh, exhale. And slowly start to gather your knees in toward your chest. If you still have a cushion under your knees, you can push it off to the side. Give yourself a nice squeeze. If you rock side to side, you can release the cushion out from under your head. And then just find stillness. Bring your feet onto the mat, knees pointing up. Bring one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. Take a full deep breath in through your nose. A big sigh out your mouth. And the next breath for Om, deep inhale. Om. Let the echo of Om remain with you. Feeling the ripples of peace and harmony spreading in all directions. We'll open our practice with a supine twist. So you're welcome to use a big cushion or a bolster in between your thighs. I'd like you to shift your hips to the left side and bring your knees over to the right. So you can have any variation here, maybe the cushion under your right thigh, maybe in between the thighs, maybe no cushion at all. You can bring the knees up close toward the arm for a deeper twist. You can cactus your arms or make a T shape. Maybe even place your right hand on your left thigh. And then one final variation to turn the gaze toward the left. And for this twist, if you have a different variation of something that you really like, feel free to go there. Feel an opening across the heart on the left side. A beautiful connection of gratitude and contentment in with the heart here, Anahata chakra. And see if you can stretch open to the left just a little bit more, maybe gaze toward the left. It's always nice to think of something that you feel grateful for when you're in your yoga practice, so maybe you can bring that to your mind's eye. It's much easier in good times to think of what we're grateful for and to identify those things and feel a lot of gratitude and contentment. But when times are challenging, as they have been for many people lately, it is more difficult to find something to be grateful for. So keep it simple. Identify those things that you have in your life that we maybe have been taking for granted, and now there are things that we appreciate so much more. And allow yourself again that permission to be here now, to be here in the present. Give yourself fully to surrender to this moment, focusing on your breath. If your mind starts to wander as we hold here for time, just gently bring yourself back. There's no judgment or criticism needed. There's no right or wrong to this. This is a practice of being, of relaxing, of resting. See if you can stretch your left arm a little bit more to the left. Maybe bring your knees up a little higher. If you want to add on to this twist, you can straighten out your right leg. Bring your left knee completely across toward the right side. And stay here the next few breaths, sighing out the mouth to release completely before we move to the other side. The breath is so powerful when we breathe out through the mouth, especially the exhalation. It reminds our nervous system to move into the parasympathetic state. Take your last deep inhale here and a full exhale. And then slowly start to bring your head back through center, your knees back through center, hug knees in toward the chest. And you can take Viparita Karani if you like, legs up and arms up. You can hug knees to the chest, maybe even happy baby, rocking side to side. Taking about a minute to realign. Maybe it might feel good just to bring your feet onto the mat. Come to a neutral position. These transitional postures between the yin poses are so important for the body to become neutral, like a starting point each time. And when you're ready to move to the other side, jog your hips a little bit to the right side, bring your knees over to the left. Feel free to use a block, a bolster, a cushion underneath your left knee or maybe between your thighs. The higher up you bring your knees, the deeper the twist will be. And find the same position for your arms, maybe cactus or T-shape. Take that final layer of twisting your head toward the right if it feels okay for your neck. And we'll stay in this position for the first few minutes, and then toward the end, I'll give you the option to extend your bottom leg to go a little deeper. Of course, if you have a different twist that you like, you can feel free to move into it right away if you did it on the other side. Focus on lengthening the breath up the spine in this twist. See if you can turn the right side of your heart open toward the right just a little bit more. Bringing into the mind's eye what it is that you're grateful for here in this moment. It can be something so simple that we've been taking for granted. The opportunity to rest, the breath, practicing yoga, making a connection with other people, even if it's virtually. Sunshine. Whatever it is, bring it to your mind's eye. Let it become infused into your practice. I find it really helpful to count my breath or follow the inhalation and exhalation. Do what you can to stay here in this moment. Get as caught up in the present as you can. So nothing can steal your peace. Nothing can take you from this moment. If you'd like, for the last minute or so of the pose, extend your left leg straight, bring your right knee completely across. If that's not good for you, just stay in the original position, and we'll take about 6 to 8 more deep breaths. The Yin practice is one of surrender, one of deep release. It takes patience and time. There's no right or wrong way to get there. Take your last few deep breaths. Feel free to sigh. Remind yourself to stay in that state of resting, digesting, and relaxing. When you're ready to come out, you'll bring your gaze back through center, bring your knees with you. Again, you're welcome to take any of the variations to neutralize. Viparita Karani, hug knees to chest, feet onto the mat, or happy baby. Let's take about 5 deep breaths. When you've completed your 5 deep breaths, we're going to make our way forward into a seat and then a tabletop position. So start to either roll forward and back a few times by hugging behind the thighs, or roll to your right side and slowly make your way cross-legged position. Might take a few times. You're welcome to roll to the side and push up as well. Come into a seat and then a tabletop position. Walking forward onto your hands and knees. We'll move through a few cat and cow to open up the spine. Spread your fingertips wide, tuck your toes. Your inhale breath, stretch your tailbone toward the sky, tummy down, chest up, look up. Exhale, curl the tailbone. You can untuck your toes at the same time. Press the tops of your feet down. Look to your belly. Start to move here with the breath. And you're welcome to take downward dog as well if that's better for you. Maybe pedaling out your heels a few times. Slowly making your way back to a neutral position. We'll move into either sleeping swan or deer pose. You can do this from tabletop or downward dog. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Slide your left knee back. Keep your toes tucked and slide the left knee all the way back and then untuck the toes. Or come into deer pose. Roll to the outer edge of your right hip. I myself, I like to connect my right foot to the top of the left thigh, but for some people, they like to have more 90-degree angles with the legs. So kind of find your position. From either of those positions, you'll lay forward. So if you're in deer pose, you might come a little bit more to the left side, so your chest is coming right between your thighs. If you're in sleeping swan, your chest will come forward, and you're welcome to lay onto a cushion or a bolster. Opening up into the right hip. And relax your forehead down or turn to your head to one side. In this practice, it's okay if you want to roll more to the right side. If you want to get a little bit more evenness through the hips, then try to keep both hips pressing forward and down. We hold a lot of emotional tension in our hips, Svadhisthana chakra, the sacral chakra area. It takes a lot to release all of that holding. So if your hips feel tight, maybe rock a little bit side to side and find a place where you might feel a little bit more of a release and stay there. Really soothe yourself in that space. It's really nice here to let go with a sigh. Make noise as you release the breath. Having gratitude for this opportunity to release and let go. If this is becoming too much for you, you can also lie onto your back. So you might have already done it. Also lie onto your back and take a supine variation of this pose, right ankle crossed over the left thigh. You might even keep your left foot on the mat if your hips are quite tight. So your variation of sleeping swan or supine swan or deer pose. And again, there isn't any efforting here. We're looking to find the sukha, the ease or openness of space in the posture. Often we have problems with our lower back or our mid back or our neck and shoulders. But if you look at the root of the problem, it's often originating in the hips. So when our hips are tight or out of alignment, it affects everything above and below. Being such a big joint in the body, it's very connected to anything in the torso, anything in the chest, anything in the upper part of the spine. And of course, our legs, our knees, our ankles, and our feet. We try to compensate with different parts of the body. So you might be feeling those parts now as you try to open the hips. Remind yourself to relax. Coming back to what it is you feel grateful for, what it is you have here in this moment. There's so much to be grateful for, even in times of difficulty. If you have been in deer pose and you want to move to sleeping swan, you can. If you're using props, maybe you can remove them for the last minute of the pose to go a little deeper. Taking your last 3 deep breaths here, let something go with a sigh out your mouth. Inhale a sense of gratitude. Exhale to release anything that's holding you back. Inhale, contentment, Santosha. And release anything that's not serving. As you're ready, you'll slowly push yourself up. We'll make our way back either into a tabletop or downward dog. You're welcome to extend your legs up in the air or pedal out your toes behind you, whatever is working for you in this moment. Maybe even child pose in the center. And when you're ready to move to the other side, you take your time to set yourself up in the same way. So the left knee will come behind the left wrist. Maybe you'll rock all the way to your left hip, and the right knee can slide up behind that left foot, or make those 90-degree angles with your knees and your thighs. It's really up to you how you align yourself for deer pose. For myself, I like the foot and knee connected. Then you can lean forward between the thighs. If you're coming for sleeping swan, you'll tuck your right toes and slide your right knee as far back as you can. Maybe you're laying down over cushions or blocks, or if you don't have any, it's really not needed. Giving yourself the permission to release and lighten up what you're holding in the hips. It does help a lot to rock side to side. See if you can find any spots that need a little bit more clearing. The hips are kind of like the junk drawer of all our emotions. We just throw stuff in there without really thinking about it, what it is that we're accumulating over time, and then one day it just gets to the point where the drawer becomes so full it's hard to open, or it gets stuck. You know that feeling? Probably have a drawer like that in your kitchen. I know I do. I always have these great intentions of cleaning all that stuff out, but I never get around to it. So clean that stuff out here by breathing in and out through your nose, giving yourself permission to let go, surrendering completely down the best you can. Either rocking a little bit more to your left hip if that feels better for you, or getting both hips toward the mat. Often when we're in this practice where there's so much stillness, we have to face ourselves. So face yourself here and ask the question, what is there to let go of? And let it go. Even if it just stays away for a short period of time, you get that lightness of being, that presence of the moment. It's a beautiful sensation, and if you can give yourself that gift more often, it comes more naturally, and we don't resist the urge to let go and the urge to be present. We really get the benefits of the yoga practice. Something that I find really helpful, and you may feel comfortable to do it, especially if you're by yourself in this practice, is to name the things that you would like to let go of, or even at a later time write them down. Name the things that you can let go of. Give them space to be released. And even if they come back, it's okay, then now you'll know that those are the things that you need to let go of again. An important practice of yoga is satya, the truth. Only you know your own truth. Only you can answer these challenging questions. But in the answering of the questions is when you release yourself from their burden. What is it that you have to let go of? Take your last 3 or 4 deep breaths here on this side. Sigh out your mouth. This is the way to clear that out. Last deep breath. And when you're ready, as you're ready, You make your way either into a tabletop or downward dog, and you can do the same kinds of things, lifting your legs up in the air, maybe a three-legged dog. Might even feel good to do a little wild thing. Maybe you turn to the side and open up your chest. Little variation of gate pose, not really a yin posture, but feels so good. And you try the other side. Coming back through neutral. And we'll make our way slowly when you're ready onto your seat. And our next pose will be supported fish. So there are a lot of ways to get into this pose. If you have a great big cushion, you can bring the cushion behind you or even some pillows, and you'll lay down onto the cushion with your hips onto the mat. You can open up your arms, you can extend your legs, maybe butterfly with the feet, knees out wide or knees bent. Supported fish pose. If you want to go a little bit deeper and you have access to a couple blocks, I hear blocks are hard to get these days, but if you have them, you can use them. Lay yourself down, one block between the shoulder blades, one block behind your head. This is a lot deeper, so the blocks can be on any level. And again, those variations with the legs. This is the way to get the heart open. So find your variation of this pose, this heart opening posture. Hold for time and relax. And again, stay connected to what it is that you feel grateful for, what it is that brings you contentment. Maybe say them out loud. Speaking the words out loud, it creates a bit of a commitment. It's like you're putting out the essence into the universe, so the universe knows to provide you with these opportunities. Maybe it means connection with family, being in nature, working outside, reading a book. Whatever it is, you bring a sense of reality when we speak these words. It's and knowing that we have identified what it is that we feel grateful for and what brings us contentment. You'll notice that these things start to appear in your life more often, more availability and readiness. Probably notice there's a funny thing that happens when you talk about something and suddenly you see ads for it on your phone. Well, we can have that same idea with what it is we're grateful for, what it is that gives us this feeling of contentment. What if we speak those things? Does it magnetize them into our life? Maybe our phone will hear us and present us with images or opportunities. So think of it the same way. You're putting out the energy for what it is that you want. It always comes back. So let yourself be that receiver of what it is that you would like to have in your life to create this sense of Santosha or contentment. Let your thoughts be a boomerang. Send them out there and then bring it back into your heart, right there for you. Let there be a softness behind your eyes. Let your tongue be soft in your mouth. Release your jaw. Let there be no holding or tension. Just surrender. And see if you can feel the expansiveness of your heart, not only pushing up but out to the side, so wrapping around of the sides of your heart. See if you can find the middle of your heart, and plant these seeds of gratitude right there in the middle. What would your life be like when those seeds sprout and grow? You have to be ready for it, because whatever it is that you put out there, it does come back. Taking our last 4 to 5 deep breaths here. Sigh out your mouth for the last 2. Let the heart be wide open. As you're ready, bring your knees together if they're open. Take your time to gently roll off to one side and nudge whatever you have underneath you, behind you. Line your right or left side. Curl up into the fetal position. Enjoy a couple of breaths. Such a beautiful sensation that washes over the body after a heart opener. You've given yourself this message that everything is okay, that you are loved, that you are here, that you are present. You have everything to be grateful for. So you're ready, take your top hand and gently push yourself all the way up to your seat. Our next posture will be a forward fold. It's a beautiful counter pose to an open heart. If you like, especially if your hamstrings are tight, you're welcome to bring a bolster or big cushion like I have underneath your thighs, or even sit up onto a block. Sit up as tall as you are, reach your arms up to the sky. You don't need the cushion if your legs are soft, and then you can fold forward. Let your forehead rest over your thighs, maybe to your knees or your shins. If it's okay for you, turn your palms up. This is a gesture of gratitude, of abundance, that you have so much that you're willing to share, not only to receive, but to give. For some people, the head might be up high. You can always use a block. Feel the back of the leg stretching, even if you have something underneath your knees or your knees are bent. Over time, there'll be a softening, a relax of the back of the thighs and the knees. Let your head relax completely. Bring your chin in toward your chest, forehead down. It's okay if the back is rounding, because actually here, we're stretching the back of the heart. The back of the heart is pushing up. And there's a beautiful metaphor in yoga that the back line of the body represents our past. And as we're stretching the back line of the body, it helps us to release and open up from those burdens of the past, the things that we've been carrying on our back. Release them with your breath. See if you can soften and lengthen the back. If you have any props or bolsters underneath you, maybe you want to release them for the last 90 seconds of the pose. Let your body come to its own edge naturally. And taking your last 3 or 4 breaths, sigh out your mouth. As you're ready, you'll slowly roll yourself up. Take a moment to lean back into your hands. Point your fingertips back behind you. Relax your shoulders. Imagine you're sitting at the beach. Feels good, you can bend your knees. Take them wide and windshield wiper knees side to side. Your final pose before Yoga Nidra and Shavasana will be a supported bridge. So you can use either a block, a cushion, a bolster, anything you like, underneath your sacrum. Slowly make your way down onto your back. Press into your feet, lift your hips enough to slide whatever you're going to use underneath your sacrum on any level. So we hold here for time, so maybe think of it as something sustainable. So the lowest height will be pretty gentle, mid-height will give you definitely a deeper back bend. The highest height might be a lot if you're holding for time. So find what it is that works really well for you at this moment. Keeping your chin slightly tucked in toward your chest to stimulate the thyroid gland. Again, the palms can be facing up here, a gesture of receptivity, generosity, gratitude. If it feels okay, you can keep your feet parallel or let your feet come wide, inner knees to touch. And again, feel the sensation of the parts of your body that are touching the mat and let them sink deeper. Feel the front of your body that's connected to the air and let it feel soft, protected. You feel the whisper of the air over your skin. There's a melting down over the edges of the front of the body toward the mat. Connection of our feet down into the mat represents Muladhara chakra, our root chakra, our sense of safety, security, feeling grounded and connected. We need these things in order to feel sense of contentment and Santosha. We need stability, connection. Feel that as you press down into your feet. Awareness of what it is that you're feeling grateful for in this moment. Staying anchored here. Breathing here. In this particular posture, we're also activating Svadhisthana chakra again. And the sacral region of our body is connected to our creativity, our sexuality, our sensuality. And so much of that has been limited in this time of isolation, lack of connection. And stimulate your sensations, your ability to create, your ability to connect. Just breath. That's all it takes. Draw the energy down into the area of your hips, your thighs, your sacrum. For the last 5 to 6 deep breaths here, sigh out your mouth. Let anything go that you might be holding on to that's limiting your creativity, that's limiting your sensuality, your sexuality, your connection. All of these things that we've taken for granted in the past, how do we come back to them now and still feel a sense of gratitude? Your last couple of deep breaths here. One last inhale and a full exhale. Press into your feet enough to lift your hips up and slide whatever might be underneath you off to the side. And take any pose that feels neutralizing to you. It might be knees into the chest. It might be Viparita Karani, maybe Happy Baby. Rock out across the hips and sacrum as much as you can. And then take a few moments to set yourself up just as we started in Shavasana. So you're welcome to bring a bolster or a cushion underneath your thighs, maybe a pillow behind your head. Lay down onto your back. If that feels good. If you'd rather be on your side or your belly, you can. Place your hands, one onto your heart, one onto your abdomen. Breathe into your hands. Bring into your mind's eye again what it is that you're grateful for, what brings you a sense of contentment and Santosha. Use those as a blanket to cover yourself with as you completely relax into Shavasana, this final rest. Guide you through a relaxation, Yoga Nidra. Won't be for too long, but you can stay as long as you like at the end. And in Yoga Nidra, we travel through the body with our breath and awareness and try to drop in deeply into each space and allow that space to relax even more. So let's begin by taking a deep breath in through the nose and let the breath travel all the way into the body. As you exhale, let the breath travel all the way down to the tips of your toes. Let's do it again. Inhale all the way in up to the crown of the head, Pranavayu. Apanavayu all the way down to the tips of the toes. And start to circulate that breath. Inhale to the crown. Exhale to the toes. One more time. Inhale to the crown. Exhale to the toes. And let your breath settle in your feet. And see if you can bring awareness to both of your feet at the same time. Take a deep breath in. Relax both of your feet. Deep breath out. Feel that softening. Take another deep breath in all the way to the crown. And as you exhale, let the breath travel all the way down and land in your legs. And let both of your legs completely relax. Your lower legs, your knees, your upper legs, even your hips. Let your whole lower body relax. From the tips of your toes to the hips. Take another breath in all the way to the crown of the head. And this time as you exhale, let the breath travel down to both of your hands at the same time. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax your hands. Relax your fingers. Relax the palm. Relax the top of your hands. Relax your wrists. Take another deep breath in. Let the breath come all the way to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let the breath cascade down both of your arms at the same time. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, feel the relaxation of your arms, your hands, your lower arms, your elbows, your upper arms, and even your shoulders, completely relaxing. Take another deep breath into the crown of your head. And this time as you exhale, can you drop the breath all the way down the spine, right to the tailbone, Muladhara chakra. Take a breath in, relax your root chakra. A full breath out. Take another breath in, right to the crown of the head. And this time as you exhale, let the breath drop down into your sacral region, Svadhisthana chakra, the second chakra. And relax your pelvis and your hips. Let's keep going. Breathe right to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let the breath drop down into your solar plexus, power center, Manipura chakra. Take a big breath in, breath to the crown. As you exhale, let the breath settle on Anahata chakra, the heart. Feel the breath radiating in your heart. Take another full breath in, let the breath come to the crown. We're getting closer. As you exhale, let the breath settle all around your neck. Vishuddha chakra, the fifth chakra, your neck, your throat, your voice. Take another breath in, let the breath come right to the crown. And as you exhale, let the breath settle right at the third eye, Ajna chakra. Breathe in a sense of intuition, inner knowing, wisdom. Now breathe into the crown of the head. As you exhale, let the breath come out the crown of the head like a beautiful radiating white light. And let that light cascade down all around your body. Take a full deep breath in. A full breath out, and let yourself glow in this beautiful light of the balanced chakras. Breath moving up and down the spine, from your toes to your fingers, from the root to the crown. Stay centered, stay relaxed, stay content. Contentment is settling into the middle place between agony and bliss, where you can pause like the turnaround breath between inhalation and exhalation, pleasantly allowing things to be as they are. Stay here in this beautiful space, this beautiful moment of openness, of contentment, of space, of sukha, of ease. You have so much to be grateful for. Allow yourself to be here as long as you like. We'll close this practice with the chant of Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You're welcome to join or just be. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I recognize the beautiful light within you through the beautiful light within me. Namaste. Please continue to practice every day. You can find my classes on Facebook or on YouTube. I have many classes for kids as well as adults, so hope to see you there virtually till we can meet again in person. A beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.